Travis woke up once again, unable to fully open his eyes. It wasn't physical exhaustion. It was something much heavier, more visceral. It was as if every cell in his body weighed tons, pulling him down, sinking him deeper and deeper into the mattress that hadn't seen sunlight in weeks. The curtains remained closed, creating a perpetual twilight that had become his only company. The alarm clock showed 2:47 p.m. on a Wednesday, but it could be any time, any day. Time had completely lost its meaning. His phone vibrated insistently on the bedside table. It was probably Sarah, his sister, trying to contact him for the 10th time that week. Or maybe it was Michael, his best friend since college, who still insisted on believing that he just needed to get out of the house a little. Travis didn't even have the strength to turn his head and look at the screen. What difference would it make? He had nothing to say. The words had died in his throat months ago, replaced by a deafening silence that echoed in his empty chest. Depression didn't arrive like an intruder in the night. It settled in gradually, like a toxic fog seeping through doorways, filling every room in the house until you can no longer see your own hand in front of you. Travis tried to fight it at first. He really tried. But how do you fight an enemy that lives inside you? How do you win a battle when the battlefield is your own mind? At that moment, lying in his bed that had become both refuge and prison, Travis had no idea that he was about to hit rock bottom, the deepest and darkest pit a human being can know. Nor did he imagine that from that lightless abyss, it would still be possible to find a way back. But before reaching the light, he would need to traverse the most absolute darkness and survive it. Travis's journey was just beginning, and it would be brutal, honest, and devastatingly real. This is the story of how depression nearly destroyed a man completely, and how that same man found strengths he didn't even know he possessed to rebuild his life, piece by piece, day after day. Travis's story is not unique, and perhaps that's precisely why it needs to be told. While he remained trapped in that dark room, thousands of people around the world were fighting the same silent battle, hiding their pain behind forced smiles and automatic responses of, "I'm fine." If you're watching this right now and recognize a piece of your own story in the words I just said, I need you to know one thing: you're not alone. And that's exactly why I'm asking, from the bottom of my heart, that you leave a comment below, sharing what this story is making you feel. It can be a word, a phrase, a heartfelt confession, whatever you feel comfortable sharing. Because when we put into words what hurts, we lessen the burden we carry alone. If this type of content resonates with you, if you believe that true stories of overcoming adversity need to be told, then give the video a like. It's not just a button. It's your way of telling me, keep bringing up this topic, keep talking about what's real. Your like helps the algorithm reach more people who need to hear this. That's how we turn a video into a movement. And subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, because Travis's story is only just beginning. And I promise that every part of it will be worth following. Your registration isn't just a number. It's confirmation that there's a community here that is none afraid to talk about what's difficult, what's real, what truly matters. Now, let's go back to Travis, because what happened in the following days would change everything. 3 years before that suffocating day, when Travis could barely get out of bed, he was a completely different person. He worked as a project manager at a tech company in Seattle, had an apartment overlooking Puget Sound, went jogging on weekends, and maintained an active social life with friends from work and college. To an outside observer, Travis was the perfect example of success at 32. But depression doesn't care about your resume, your bank account, or how many smiling photos you have on Instagram. It doesn't ask permission to enter. It simply invades, silently and relentlessly. It started with small things that Travis ignored. A growing difficulty getting out of bed in the morning. A tiredness that 3 cups of coffee couldn't alleviate. The Sunday run that was postponed for a week, then 2, then abandoned altogether. Meetings with friends that began to seem too exhausting to be worth the effort of getting ready and leaving the house. Jennifer, his girlfriend at the time, was the first to notice. "You're not yourself anymore," she said one Friday night as Travis cancelled yet another dinner they had planned. "It's like you're slowly fading away, Travis, like the light in your eyes is going out." He tried to laugh, to joke about just being tired from work, but deep down, he knew she was right. Something was terribly wrong. Work was the next domino to fall. Travis, who had always been punctual and dedicated, started arriving late. Deadlines were missed, emails went unanswered for days. His boss, Robert, a generally understanding man, called him in for a serious talk. "I need to know if you're committed to this project, Travis. The team is counting on you." The pressure only made things worse. That's when guilt entered the scene. That poisonous voice that constantly whispered, "You're weak. Others can handle life. Why can't you? You're letting everyone down." Depression not only steals your energy and joy, it also contaminates every thought, turning your mind into your worst enemy. And Travis was losing this internal war, battle after battle, day after day, sinking deeper and deeper. The definitive break happened on a rainy Tuesday in November. Travis sat at his desk in the office, staring at the computer screen without really seeing anything. The words in the email he was trying to reply to danced before his eyes, making no sense at all. It was as if his brain had shut down, refusing to process even the simplest tasks. Jennifer had ended the relationship 2 weeks earlier. "I tried, Travis. God knows I tried," she said through tears. "But it's like loving a ghost. You won't let me in. You won't accept help. You won't go to therapy. I can't save you if you don't want to save yourself." Travis just nodded, too numb to even feel the pain of loss. Part of him knew she was right to leave. He had nothing to offer. Not to her, not to anyone. That afternoon, Robert appeared beside his desk with an expression Travis immediately recognized. "We need to talk in my office." The words that followed were spoken gently, but they were definitive. "Travis, you need to take some time to take care of yourself. We're going to put you on indefinite medical leave. When you're ready to return, your position will be here." But they both knew it was a white lie. Travis wasn't on leave. He was being sidelined, and he probably wouldn't be back. He drove home on autopilot, the rain hitting the windshield perfectly mirroring the inner chaos he felt. Or rather, should feel. Because the most terrifying truth was that Travis felt almost nothing. Deep depression isn't just sadness. It's a numbing emptiness, a complete absence of emotion that turns you into an apathetic observer of your own life. Arriving home, Travis went straight to his room, closed the curtains, and lay down on the bed. Sarah called that night. Then Michael. He ignored both calls. In the following days, the pattern repeated itself. Waking up late, lying staring at the ceiling, falling asleep again. Eating became optional, bathing a monumental effort. Weeks dragged on like that, merging into a grey mass of meaningless time. It was one early morning in January, 3 months after losing his job, that Travis hit rock bottom. It was 4 in the morning and he was awake. Not by choice, but because insomnia was another cruel companion of depression. His apartment was in complete chaos. Dirty dishes piled up in the sink for weeks, clothes scattered on the floor, empty pizza boxes accumulated in the corner of the living room. Travis stumbled to his feet and went to the bathroom. The fluorescent light flickered before turning on, revealing a reflection in the mirror he barely recognized. A scraggly beard that had been growing for months, deep dark circles under his eyes, pale skin, disheveled hair. But what shocked him most were his own eyes, empty, lifeless, dead. "Who are you?" he whispered to the stranger in the mirror. It was at that moment that the thought came, clear and tempting as never before. What if you just stopped? What if you ended it all now? The idea didn't come with panic or fear. It came with a seductive promise of relief, of finally no longer feeling that crushing weight. Travis opened the medicine cabinet. There were the antidepressants that the doctor had prescribed months ago and that he had been taking irregularly. His hand trembled as he picked up the bottle. How long had he stood there, holding that bottle, calculating how many pills would be enough? 5 minutes? 10? An hour? Time had once again lost all meaning. Then his phone rang, breaking the deathly silence. It was Sarah. 4 in the morning and his sister was calling. Travis glanced at the phone vibrating on the sink, then at the bottle in his hand, then back at the phone. He almost didn't answer. His hand was already opening the bottle when something, instinct, coincidence, fate, or simply the last spark of the will to live, made him drop the pills and answer the call. "Travis, thank God you answered." Sarah's voice was broken, desperate. "I had a horrible nightmare about you. I needed to hear your voice. Please tell me you're okay. Please." She began to cry on the other end of the line, and it was there, listening to his sister's sobs, that something broke inside Travis. Travis slid down the bathroom wall until he was sitting on the cold floor, the phone still pressed against his ear, the pill bottle abandoned on the sink above him. "Sarah, I'm not okay." The words came out as a hoarse whisper, the first honest words he'd spoken in months. "I'm really not okay." "I know, man. I know," Sarah replied, her voice trembling but growing firmer. "Where are you now?" "Are you home?" Travis confirmed. "Okay, listen, I'm coming over. I'll take the first flight from Portland. I don't care if it's 4 in the morning. You don't have to say anything now, but I need you to promise me one thing. Don't do anything until I get there. Can you promise me that?" Travis closed his eyes, tears finally breaking through the barrier of numbness that had gripped him for so long. "I promise," he murmured, and for the first time in months, he truly meant what he said. Sarah arrived at 10 in the morning. When Travis opened the door, she didn't say anything, she just hugged him. And he, who had spent months unable to feel anything, finally broke down. He cried like he hadn't cried since he was a child, deep sobs that shook his whole body, releasing months of repressed pain, loneliness, and despair. In the following days, Sarah didn't leave his side. She didn't judge, didn't lecture him about positive thinking or being strong. Instead, she simply stayed there. She prepared simple meals and made sure he ate. She helped clean the apartment, one task at a time. And most importantly, she accompanied him to an appointment with a psychiatrist. Dr. Patricia Morrison was a woman in her 50s, with kind eyes and a calm presence. "Travis, what you're facing is severe depression. It's not weakness, it's not a lack of willpower. It's a real illness with real neurological causes, and it can be treated." Those were the most comforting words Travis had heard in a long time. Someone finally validated that his pain was real, but Dr. Morrison was also honest. "Treatment isn't instant magic. We'll adjust your medication, and I strongly recommend regular therapy. Some days will be better than others, there will be relapses, but with proper treatment and support, you can recover. The question is, are you willing to try?" Travis looked at Sarah sitting beside him, thinking about that early morning in the bathroom, the abyss that had almost swallowed him. "Yes," he said, and for the first time in a long time, he felt something resembling hope. Recovery wasn't a straight upward line. It was a brutal roller coaster of highs and lows, breakthroughs and relapses. In the first few weeks with the adjusted medication, Travis expected to feel miraculously better. It didn't happen. In fact, some side effects made him feel even worse. Nausea, even more intense insomnia, constant restlessness. "It's temporary," Dr. Morrison assured him. "Your brain is readjusting. Give it time." Therapy with Dr. James Carter was equally challenging. In the first few sessions, Travis could barely speak. He would sit in the office, staring at the floor, responding with monosyllables. "There's no rush," Dr. Carter would say patiently. "We're building trust here. at your own pace. It took 5 sessions before Travis finally opened up about that early morning in the bathroom, about the suicidal thoughts, about the overwhelming shame of having failed in life. "Travis, you haven't failed," Dr. Carter said firmly. "You got sick, and now you're seeking treatment. That's not failure, that's courage." Those words planted a tiny seed of self-forgiveness that would take months to germinate. Sarah returned to Portland after 3 weeks, but they established a routine. Daily calls at the same time, bi-weekly visits. Michael, his friend, also returned to the scene after Travis finally had the courage to tell the truth. "Dude, why didn't you tell me?" Michael asked, clearly hurt but also relieved. "I knew something was wrong, but you pushed me away." Travis had no answer except for raw honesty. "I was ashamed." The small steps began. Dr. Morrison and Dr. Carter created a structured plan, waking up at the same time every day, even on weekends, showering daily even when it seemed impossible, eating 3 meals even when not hungry, walking for 15 minutes even if it was just to the end of the street and back. "Don't think about how you feel," Dr. Carter advised. "Just do the actions. The feelings will come later." And slowly, painfully slowly, things began to change. After 6 weeks on the new medication, Travis woke up one day and realized he could smell the coffee, something he had completely lost. Small, but significant. A few weeks later, during a walk, he heard a bird singing and actually registered the sound. His mind was beginning to awaken. But there were relapses, a whole week where everything seemed to regress. Travis spent 3 days without getting out of bed again, certain that he would never get better. It was Sarah who pulled him back. "You've been through this before and survived. This is temporary. Keep doing what you need to do." 8 months after that early morning in the bathroom, Travis was sitting in a cafe in Seattle, something he hadn't done in over a year. It wasn't a trendy or particularly special cafe, just a small place near his apartment. But for Travis, being there, holding a cup of hot coffee, watching people walk by on the sidewalk was a monumental victory. The medication had finally stabilized. Weekly therapy with Dr. Carter was revealing layers of self-destructive thought patterns that Travis didn't even know existed. "You've always been very hard on yourself," Dr. Carter observed in one session. "Perfectionism disguised as ambition. When you couldn't maintain the impossible standards you set, you crumbled." Travis was learning to be kind to himself, a strange but transformative concept. He started attending a support group for people with depression. At the first meeting, Travis almost left 3 times before going in. But once inside, listening to stories from people like Amanda, a 45-year-old teacher, and Daniel, a 38-year-old war veteran, Travis realized something powerful. He really wasn't alone. Each person in that room carried their own invisible battle, and they were all there, still fighting, still trying. "I attempted suicide twice," Amanda shared in a meeting. "And today, 3 years later, I still have bad days, but I also have good days. And the good days are starting to outweigh the bad ones. That's the victory." Travis treasured those words. Gradually, Travis began to rebuild his life. Not his old life. He had learned that trying to return to what it was before was a path to disappointment. Instead, he built something new. He started as a freelancer, working on small projects from home without the pressure of a corporate office. Some days he was productive, others he could barely open his laptop, but he learned to accept both. He resumed running, but in a different way. Not to break records or prove himself, just to feel his body in motion, the air in his lungs, to be present. Michael returned to his routine with bi-weekly lunches where they talked honestly about everything, including mental health. Travis also began volunteering on a suicide prevention hotline twice a month. "I want to be on the other end of that connection," he told Dr. Carter. "I want to be to someone what Sarah was to me that night." On the nights he answered calls, listening to desperate voices searching for a reason to go on, Travis offered the only thing he had, genuine empathy and living proof that it was possible to survive the darkness. A year and a half after hitting rock bottom, Travis wasn't cured. He understood that depression doesn't work that way, but he was living, truly living. 2 years after that early morning that almost became his last, Travis stood before a small group in the community center, about to share his story publicly for the first time. His hands trembled as he held the paper with his notes, but it wasn't the same trembling of weakness that had gripped him before. It was nervousness mixed with purpose. "My name is Travis," he began, his voice firmer than he expected. "And I'm a survivor of severe depression and a suicide attempt." The words that once carried shame were now spoken with the dignity of someone who had been through hell and returned to tell the tale. He spoke of the darkness, of the emptiness of that early morning in the bathroom. He spoke of Sarah, of Dr. Morrison and Dr. Carter, of Michael and the support group. He spoke of the days when he still woke up feeling the weight of family trying to pull him down. But now he had tools, he had support, he had hope. "I'm not going to lie and say everything is perfect," Travis said, looking at the attentive faces in front of him. "I still have difficult days. I still take medication. I still go to therapy. And that's okay, because I'm here. I'm alive." After the lecture, a young woman in her early 20s approached with tears in her eyes. "Thank you," she whispered. "I needed to hear that it's possible to survive this. I'm in the middle of this darkness right now, and thank you for giving me hope." Travis hugged her and said the same words Sarah had said to him. "You're not alone, and this will pass. Not today, maybe not tomorrow, but it will pass."